A good teacher is someone who can get students interested into the topic that they're teaching, even if they're not necessarily interested in it initially, or if they find it difficult at first. If someone can incite that excitement in somebody else, I think it makes a great teacher.
My name is Ahmed Ibrahim. I teach at the Department of Informatics and Network Systems in the School of Computing and Information. I teach mainly cybersecurity courses, and I also manage the capstone class for the Department of Informatics and Network Systems and the D&ID major. Making the classroom welcoming for students is one of the major aspects in education, especially that it makes students really focus on their learning rather than focusing on how they look when they answer a question or when they ask a question. I run on questions. I love questions. And I really always tell students that it's okay to say, ask wrong questions or ask questions that doesn't make sense, because that's what they're here for.
Even though cybersecurity is a very scary and difficult field, he kind of makes it easier for students to understand by being open to questions and always willing to help students whenever needed. Something that's very unique or different about Professor Ibrahim's classes are his daily activities, which represented a lot of real-world scenarios, and I think that really helps his classes become more exciting and approachable.
When I was at college, one of the biggest challenges I had at the time was that there was not a lot of computers around, there was not a lot of hands-on work that we can do. We usually learn stuff from the textbook with very, very little applied hands-on techniques that would complement what we're learning. So I come out from that setting where I really value today's plenty of resources that allows us to complement the theory that we talk about in the classroom with meaningful hands-on exercises that makes the students understand how this theory relates to their everyday interactions.
After graduating, I work a cybersecurity job now. The very first interview that I had for my job now, a lot of the stuff that was covered in the interview was actually stuff that I reviewed with Professor Ibrahim in his courses. Because a lot of the stuff that I learned in his classes, I am doing daily now. Professor Ibrahim's teaching made me more confident by breaking down bigger problems into smaller ones. And it kind of makes it look easier and easier and easier.
I was very scared of security and privacy when I first started. It's not something I know anything about. I would have like a little bit of anxiety going into doing a project, but then using the resources, using what I know, I was able to work things out. So I feel like I learned about myself that I can do more than I think I can do. I can learn more than I think I can. I think it was really nice being in class with him because you can tell he loves what he does and he's good at it, and he puts a lot of effort into making the experience enjoyable for his students. So I think in my life, I want to show that same passion, that same energy and drive in whatever I do.
My happiest moment is when I'm standing in the classroom and interacting with students. This is my happiest time ever. I love it. I always think about how can I help others to reach their goals. If I keep that in front of my eyes all the time, I never have time to think about anything else. And I always put the students at the center of everything I do. It's at the end, their success is really what said that I'm making an impact.